Alright, y'all, so this is a continuation of my last video that I had posted uh, of the how I feel about the protesting for George Floyd. So a lot of people are having issues with the fact of the way that people are protesting. And the thing is, really, in a nutshell, like protesting is such a vague kind of thing because of the way that people want things to be done. But when you're fighting for a right to live, when you're fighting for the right to do or to be anything, like how they say, um, well-behaved woman seldom makes history, which means like if you ain't doing shit out of the ordinary, like what the hell is making you great? What's making you deserve any type of like recognition? Same with these protesting. People have issues not with the fact that it's peaceful protesting, of course. Although when Kaepernick was doing it, it wasn't that big of a deal. It was like, oh, I mean, it was a big deal, excuse me. People were having issues with the fact that he was taking a knee during, a football game, but it's like, bro, that's his form of protesting. He ain't bothering or hurting anybody. I mean, the people who are bothered are the ones who usually are part of the fucking problem anyway. So, no, where was I going with that? How I feel about, the vandalism and things like that. When you are trying to make a statement, because really, if you go back in through time, to the time of the 60s when the civil rights movement was at its peak, or at the start of it and everything, all the things that black folk did in the, oh, excuse me, all the things black folk did in the past, it was marching, having like their own little organized boycotts of things that they didn't, believe was right. I mean, and for the most part, it made a difference because it was showing, you didn't have to use violence and all that kind of bullshit just to um, get your point across that this is wrong, this needs to change. But I mean, come on, did shit really change from that point to now? Only difference is people aren't as out there and open with their racism. Some people are, but it's not as blatant as it was back then. So the fact that a lot of people have issues with the fact with people vandalizing, fucking with businesses, it's like what the hell else do you want us to do? We've been marching for years, like almost a whole 100 years now. Not almost, I'd say maybe a little over than 50 years. How long does this shit gotta keep going on before, something is gonna change? And they say anger, feelings of anger, hate, not hate, but like just anger, because like you're mad about, your circumstances. It's normal to feel anger when nothing is changing. Anger is the shit that makes things happen. Like you could be angry in your life, right? Like you could just fucking hate your life, hate that shit. It's like, I can't deal with this shit no more. You lie in bed every night and you're like, what the fuck? Something has got to fucking change. And you'll get angry about having to go to this same boring, annoying ass job. What you're gonna do is get so angry to fucking quit that job one day. Same fucking shit. Same shit. And I feel it's a little weird, right? The connection of these businesses. I went on Instagram today and I've seen a whole bunch of these black blocks and I'm like, what the hell is this shit? Like I just keep scrolling and I'm seeing like black blocks every once in a blue moon. And it was like loading up my fucking feed and I'm like, what the hell is this shit? And then I'm seeing the hashtag and I'm seeing some other people saying, hey, don't put the black block for Black Lives Matter, put it for Black Tuesday or some shit like that. Or I don't know what it's for because like I told you before in the last video, like I am not into social media like that. My form of social media is YouTube because at least I could control what the fuck I want to watch and see. I'm thinking the fact that these businesses are, all of a sudden saying, oh, Black Lives Matter, we're with you, we love you, Black people, and stuff like that. I don't know if that's stemming from fear of your business being fucked up because, Black people have the most spending power in America. I don't know if it's the most, but I know that we have a lot of fucking spending power. And really, the money, that's the only way that, um, how can I say this? I mean, you gotta hit people where it hurts. You have to. That's the only way shit is gonna change, in my opinion. Because marching and doing that peaceful shit, what the fuck does that do? It makes you seem noble, I guess. But me, I don't give a fuck about that. Like, if you fucking with me and I got a problem with it, I'm gonna let you know about it. And I'm gonna tell you, hey, to stop that shit. And if you don't stop, it's just gonna keep escalating and getting worse because I feel it's wrong that you or people make you feel like you have to subjugate yourself to being mistreated. And that shit ain't fucking true or right. Because everything is a fucking choice. And I think the issue with people now is that we're choosing not to take no more bullshit from people. And I think a lot of people can't handle that shit. Oh well, whatever. But I do feel that vandalization of businesses, anything that has to do with money, because this is a consumer based country. Like, this country is built off consumerism. Like, it would die without that shit. So hitting America where it hurts, which is the moolah, I feel like that's a valid way to be heard because the same shit we've been doing all these fucking years clearly isn't working because it just seems to keep getting worse. People just seem to be having the biggest fucking balls to say, look, I could kill you and nothing will fucking happen. Just like the black dude that got killed. Excuse me, I don't know it. Ahmad? Yeah, I think his name is Ahmad. He got killed by these two white dudes for running. Fucking running, right? And if I'm not mistaken, he did not go to jail until his name was plastered all over social media, in the media, in general. And that's how I feel like this shit would have just been swept under the rug if it wasn't talked about. Excuse me. Enough is enough. But this ain't gonna stop until people get that there are gonna be yeah, there are going to be there are going to be fucking consequences to everything. So yeah, I'm pretty much done with my little rant or whatever. Thanks for watching, you guys. Peace out.